I'm gonna be reusing my rotors. Hopefully that one's not warped, and the pads. But anyway, let's get to work. Let me swap out these calipers and let's see, and then bleed the brakes, of course, and see what happens. I hope my car feels better because my brakes were actually seizing up on me, so I guess it was holding back some power as well. I mean, probably like 2 horsepower, but still. So I'm excited to get the car back working and get it on the road because it's been like 2 months. Alright, I am going to show you guys real fast how to get this parking brake lever off. But yeah, you just take 2 fingers there, or whatever, that's what I use. Took 2 fingers on that, pushed it in, it's real hard to move. And then with my index finger, I just flicked it up. Like as I pushed in, I flicked it up, that was it. Now I just got to get that little, this clip out, same retainer clip that was right there. I'm going to take that retainer clip off and put it on my new caliper. And just to inspect real fast, so as you can see, this caliper has seen better days. Looks like crap, and this is the new caliper. Looks a lot better, and it turns and everything with the compressor tool. Alright, so I actually finished the driver's side, but now I'm working on the passenger. And I took off all the bolts for the caliper, but it's actually kind of stuck, so I need to get this off. Trying to use a screwdriver right now, just as some, let me just set you guys down. So I'm just gonna try to pry it off like this. But oh, I was saying I tried to upgrade the lighting so that way I could, you know, you guys could see a little bit better, so it's not so dark. But yeah, I'm basically just trying to work this thing off because its piston is so, it's really on there. All this stuff was greased and everything. Nothing's like, damn. I'll re-grease them, but pads. So this is off. I am going to get my my gloves. I'm gonna get gloves real fast, and I'll take it off with you. So it's really hard to get a good angle of this, but basically, I'm gonna take my finger, push it as I pull this up. So I'm pushing it in, and again, people use a vise, but I don't know how the hell you can get a vise on here. Maybe there's a better way, but this is effing hard. I'm gonna have to lift this a little closer to me. Alright, I'm sorry. So once again, I did it off camera. It's really hard to do it on camera, but I got the cable removed. So now I gotta take off this bracket right here with these 2 bolts because the new caliper did not come with the bracket. Most of them probably won't. So I'm gonna go do that on the new caliper. And this one, yeah, that's it for this one. I don't even think I'm gonna send them to get rebuilt or anything. I think I'm just gonna throw them in the garbage because there's no point in keeping that. But let me swap over the bracket onto the new one, which is, that's where the new bracket's gonna swap onto. And I'm not gonna take the caliper bracket off. I'm just gonna use the old one. It's already, I greased it and everything. So yeah, let me just get to it, finish this up. These calipers look a lot more fresh. Hopefully they last a bit longer. I don't put a ton of miles a year on the car, so I'm just hoping to get like 20,000-30,000 miles out of those. But yeah, let me finish that up and I'll get back to you guys. After all this is done, I gotta bleed the brakes. It's a rainy day outside here in Houston. Kinda sucks because I wanted to, well, there was supposed to be a car meet going on, but as you can see, that's not gonna happen. And anyway, they actually canceled it due to Corona and everything like that, so that's kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna, also my garage is taken over by women's stuff right now, but I'm gonna get rid of all that and it'll be back to my man cave again. But yeah, let me finish up these brakes real quick and I'll update you guys when I'm done. I'm hoping to feel a major difference, but I'm not sure yet. By the way, if you're wondering what caliper compressor I'm using, it's this garbage right here. I think I got it from AutoZone. Oh my god, I hate this thing. It's so bad. You put it on there, it locks on, you turn, but man, it sucks. It slips off constantly. Yeah, I hate it. It's trash. Also, I really just want to, so I got everything back together for the most part. I just need to put the wheel back on, get that back on, and this clip is actually, oh crap, stupid me. So this cover goes over the parking brake cable, and this retainer clip, I just need to take off the two 10mm, take the cover off, slide it back in. But what I wanted to say was, there's actually a video floating on YouTube, and there's a guy, and basically he was showing he was changing like his brake lines. The brake line had rubbed off right there, and it rubbed through, and basically his line was it had a hole in it. So what it was is that he had the banjo bolt there, and the line was like basically sticking out that way, and it was rubbing against the wheel, and he was saying he couldn't figure out why it was like that. There were two things in that video, just in case you see it, because it's like one of these stainless steel rear brake line something videos, so it's going to be one of the searches when you search for this for mine. One, he's missing this bracket for sure. He did not have that on there. Two, I think the line was backwards, or it was on, so it seemed like what he did was have it, instead of like having this facing down, it was facing the other way, like flipped. Therefore the line, this side stuck out, and it rubbed on his entire tire. That was one thing. I wrote a comment on his thing. I don't know if he saw it or whatever, if he ever fixed it. But he pretty much put a brand new line, and he routed it exactly the same way. He said it wasn't touching. It was like a centimeter away. That's too close to for comfort for me. Hopefully you don't make that mistake and just route it. If it doesn't look like this, it's on there wrong. That's all I want to say. But I'm going to get all this stuff back together, get that retainer clip back on, and bleed the brakes, and yeah, we're going to take it for a little test drive, and hopefully everything's good. Alright, so now it's time to bleed the brakes. What I'm going to do is, you're going to have someone okay, first of all, you fill up your brake master cylinder, and then you come down here and you go to the bleeder screw right there. You take that off. It's got a little like nipple on it. If it focuses, there. And then what you're going to do is put your flare nut wrench on the, you'll see it when you get to it, on this little part right there. And then when they're going to pump up the brakes in the car, the brakes are going to get really stiff. And then what you're going to do is, they're going to keep their foot on the brake. What you're going to do is crack the bleeder valve open, that thing. You're going to have a little hose that connects to here into a little bottle or some kind of reservoir to catch the fluid. You're going to crack the bleeder open. You're going to see a bunch of air bubbles coming out in the stuff. And the pedal in the floor is actually, in the car, is actually going to go straight to the floor. What they're then going to do is keep their foot on the pedal, and then you tighten the screw, and then they can release their foot and do the same thing. Pump it back up, crack the bleeder, let all the fluid come out. You're basically getting air, and all the while you need to make sure you watch the brake master cylinder from going too low, and just, you know, refill the fluid back up as you see necessary. The S2000, some cars they say start the furthest from the master cylinder, so it would be that side. But the S2000, the correct way, according to the manual, it's, you start it with that. See, it says 1, focus. Hold on, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do it clockwise, and yeah, that's pretty much all it's going to do. You're just going to do it until all the air gets out of the lines. It is a system, however, the thing is, as you can see, each line, that's for each brake. So once air gets out of that first one, you can move on to the second one. It's not like you're going to have to keep jacking up the car, doing this side, that side, that side. You do one side, complete it, make sure all the air is gone from that side, and then you move on to the next one and just make your way around the car. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I got both sides jacked up. I do have jack stands, of course, as you can see, safety first. So it's still raining. I don't know if I'm gonna drive the car after today. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna drive the car after I'm done, but I want to, but man, this is just kind of crappy weather. But anyway, let me get to it, get this car finished, and get her back on the road so we can start modding some more. Alright guys, so I actually just bled the brakes, and I took it for a quick test drive. I'm definitely gonna have to bleed them again because they do feel a little bit on the spongy side. I think this one didn't really. I think one of my girlfriend, I was telling her to hold it. I don't think she really knew what I was talking about. Towards the back and stuff, they started, you know, I was getting out all the air and everything, but I definitely think this one needs to be, this side is the problem side. But otherwise, it feels okay, but we'll see, because it's spongy, so I gotta tell what's going on first. But let me just jack the car up, bleed the brakes one more time, and then we'll go for round 2. And I'll try to hold the camera and drive. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but we'll see. Alright, so far in here I can still feel that it's kind of spongy. So here's the thing about this car. I never actually felt the car with the brakes when they weren't like sticking, you know what I mean? Because the entire time I had the car, it had been having those symptoms of like a seized caliper. I mean, when I would drive off, it'll do like a quick pop pop, like a reverse. So I knew it was sticking, but it would like always unfreeze itself. So I don't know honestly how the car really feels without that. So it was like always the caliper, like as soon as you press the brakes, it's like boom, you know, you're on the brakes. And I was like, wow, these brakes are amazing. But apparently that wasn't, you know, how they actually were supposed to feel all the time. So I don't know how this car really felt, you know, if this is normal or not. I'm pretty sure I mean, I know spongy brakes aren't. Let me see what it does. I just bled them again. It's better. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna need to, well, let me see. Yeah, like 50% down, that's when it finally actually catches. But like right here, I'm on them. It's stopping, but it's not how I want it to feel. So I'm gonna bleed all 4 corners again and see. We're gonna get these brakes feeling right. This is what I'll say about it right now. Does the car stop? Yes. Do the brakes work? Yes. Would I feel confident going around the track pressing brakes like this at 100? No. So I think I need to bleed them again. Also, I gotta cruise around a little bit and get this evap system working. You gotta cruise like 30 to 40 like this right now, and that's when it actually starts doing its thing. And that way I can see if this check engine light comes back on or not. So hopefully that's fixed too, because you know, while the car's been down, I was fixing 2 different things, the check engine light and the brakes. So well, we can hit some VTEC for fun. See if she stops. I don't know. Maybe the brakes are good. I'm gonna bleed them still though, just to get that feel that I'm looking for. But I mean, they feel okay, they work. Actually, on second thought, I'm gonna be driving the car again. I read a little bit online, and it turns out that the ABS system probably has some air in it. I know I got tons of air in the system, because you guys saw I had the lines off, the calipers off, and I drained it all. So I'm gonna rebleed it a bit some more. I mean, I'm gonna rebleed it, but first I need to go out and do several like hard stops. Actually like really activate the ABS and then afterwards I'm gonna come back and bleed it again. Yeah, because I went to sleep and I'm like, you know what? I can't go to sleep knowing that the the brakes don't feel how I want them to. I'm gonna get it out. I'm not gonna leave the car like that and just like send it. That's not how I roll, man. I gotta fix my stuff properly, so yeah. Let me really get this ABS going, and I will catch you guys when I'm done and let you know the update. Alright guys, or girls, guys and girls, whatever. I got some really good news. So I actually got the pedal feel right where I want it. What I had to do was actually basically go out and just stand on the brakes. I mean, let the ABS lock up, let it, you know, engage, get all that air out. This last back caliper, I mean, the rest of them were like a steady stream. This back one had so much air coming out of it for a while. We probably did the brakes like 3, maybe I did about like 8 cycles of just, and it just kept pulling out air and air and air. But finally it stopped. Pedal feel is amazing. And yeah, the car's back to normal. I'm really happy with it. I just drove it to get some tea. But yeah, everything's working as is. And like now with the rotors, you can't see, but the rotors are actually like getting, oh, I wish I had my phone. Hold on. Let me get some light. So prior to me doing these brakes, if I were to drive, you would still see like rust on the rotors. Like that's how much they weren't really making contact at all. I inspected the brakes like several times, making sure that there's no like leaks or anything. So yeah, I'm real happy with it. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, stay safe out there. It seems like we're gonna have another lockdown. I hope not, so I can start going to car meets and stuff again. But anyways, take care. Catch you guys in the next one.